When I was a young book with this grand idea to start a business and quit my day job, I found a lot of advice online, which I think is normal, right? It's what brought you here to my channel in the first place. And I hope it continues to bring you back. Over the years, I found some really great advice, some really terrible advice, and some things that just kind of caused me to spin my wheels about how to be a handy business owner. And while I've never seen anyone that I thought was giving trash advice or purposely trying to steer people in the wrong direction, I wanted to point out two semi related pieces of advice that almost ruined my soap business and caused everything to crumble. And now I'm in the process of rebuilding. What are those two things? Let's get into it right now. Welcome to the Strategy Studio. My name is Sarah. I am a part-time handmade business owner. I'm so glad that you found my channel here today. In this little area of the internet, I love to build community based on providing strategies for people that run their handmade business very seriously, but also have full-time jobs. Okay. Here we just kind of do things a little bit differently, which is exactly why I wanted to film this video kind of in this time frame today, because very oftentimes I see a lot of advice given. And like I said in the intro, I truly do believe that people don't intend to ruin lives with this business and people or, with the advice. And I don't think that people purposefully are trying to hurt someone or steer them in the wrong direction. One of the pieces of advice that almost ruined my business and caused everything to really just spiral out of control was that I was following a lot of advice that didn't match my lifestyle and it aligned with someone else's version of success and someone else's goals. And I know I keep looking down, but I've got me, I always have my baby below screen here. And this is a true problem for so many different reasons. First and foremost, if you are basing your goals and your idea of success on someone else's strategy and someone else's lifestyle, it is going to be an endless pit of you comparing yourself to that person and anyone else that mirrors the same goals as that person. Not only will that ruin your mindset, but it's really going to stop you from being able to make progress and move forward. Something that I also don't think gets mentioned, especially if you're someone like me running a part time business while I work full time and I also have three kids, is that basing your strategy on someone else means that you're following the schedule that they can follow. Who's to say they have the same schedule as you? I know my schedule's absolutely crazy at times, and I don't think that you should follow someone else's version of that because it's going to create friction within the household, right? You truly have to decide, okay, spring is coming and all the vendor markets are coming, but also what's coming is sports season. You have to decide, do you want to miss that? Are you able to miss that? In my family, my husband coaches baseball, but my daughters play soccer, my son plays baseball. So we really do have to puzzle things together on certain weeks because their practice is never at the same time. Their practice is never at the same location. We're at the field like 6 different days a week doing different things. So if I take off a day of sports to go and do a vendor market, then I have to figure out who can take the girls, right? So it can really create this sense of friction among the household if you aren't careful and if you don't plan your business around your personal schedule. I have also found oftentimes that it removes that passion that led you to start your business in the first place. There is nothing worse than coming in to make something because you saw someone else do it and now yours isn't good enough. And now you're mad at your products before you even created your products for no reason at all. It's really important. Again, I keep pounding the same thing because it's so important. You have to base your business around you and what works for you and your schedule and your family and your day job, not someone else's. And on that same note, right, doing this and following someone else's version of success is going to cause you to make decisions that don't match what's truly in your heart. You can want as much as you want, but if you're following someone else's vision, you're not going to be able to succeed in your own. So always take that into consideration when you're looking for someone to get advice from, whether it's me or from someone else you find on the internet. Plan according to you and what works for you. Never base your business, your goals, your success list, your criterias on what other people are doing. I don't see a lot of people talking about being a part-time business owner. I see the ultimate goal, quit your day job everywhere, but I don't see people like me. And I'm hoping that by making these videos, not only can I find more people like me in this community or on this platform, but hopefully I can help you all feel, or anyone that feels the same as me, know and understand there's nothing wrong with that and they are not alone. So I don't know, if you've been feeling my reflective vibe lately, you'll have to let me know, assuming that you've been on my channel for a little while. I have plenty of videos that you would likely find interesting if you are enjoying this one. Now, this second advice is again something that I think a lot of people not fall for because it's not bad advice in itself. I think that this is bad advice for people like us, and that is the just start advice. I think that is terrible advice for handmade business owners, especially who are going to take that at face value and just start making things. And nothing could be more terrible than just starting to make things without having a single idea of what you want your brand to stand for, how you want it to come across to your community, how you're going to market yourself to others. I just think that that is terrible advice for all of those reasons and so much more. You can't start a brand without having a truly developed brand concept. And I am living proof of that because not only did I start my brand without a brand concept 5 years ago at this point, but I also skipped the target audience. I skipped that target customer avatar. I skipped the basis of forming a marketing strategy. I skipped absolutely everything because I thought I was better than that. I thought I knew better than that, even though I had no idea what I was doing. I was 100% positive I knew better than everyone else in that regard. And again, it was like terribly wrong. I was terribly wrong. And I've spent a lot of time correcting those mistakes. And what happens is you realize, had you started with and this is what I realized, if you start with a true brand concept from the beginning, you don't have to go through all of those moments of confusion, indecision, moments feeling like you're drowning, moments feeling like no one cares about your products, the launches where you sell absolutely nothing and it's crickets and it's embarrassing and everyone is watching you stumble and fail. If you have a strong brand concept, you will still struggle at times, but it will be for a different reason. It will be for the reason that people haven't found you yet, not because they see you and you make no sense to them. And on top of all of those things that I just mentioned, if you don't have a strong brand concept, your entire brand is going to spiral out of control and become unmanageable, not only in a marketing capacity, but in a physical space capacity, in a mental capacity, all of the capacities. It's going to overtake everything in your life and become this chaotic, like terrible mess of things that you'll end up burning down just so you can start fresh and have a new lease on your business. And I say that with the utmost respect and love for everyone out there who is watching this, especially you if you came to get some good advice on starting. Here is where I would begin. I would start by attending my brand concept workshop. Now, before you click off, don't worry, it is free. I'm not like giving you this heartfelt advice and then trying to sell you on something. I want you to start off at light years ahead of where I did. And I want you to avoid all of those things that caused me who knows how much time, money, effort, and passion over the 5 years it took me to realize all of these things that I'm sharing with you here lately. The brand concept workshop is free. It's about an hour. And basically, it's going to walk you through the entire steps of building a concept that means something to you and also resonates with your customers. No longer can you say, oh, I'm a handmade soap maker. Oh, I make candles in small batches. I am an organic brand. Those have become standards, and I'm shouting that from the rooftops. That's going to be my motto for 2026. Those are now standards in our handmade industry. Those are no longer descriptors that set you apart. Okay. And I'm sorry. I'm sure I broke a heart or two when I said that, but it is true. And again, I want you to be successful. So hop on to my website, strategystudioformakers.com, and attend the very free brand concept workshop so you can work through finding your brand concept. Don't skip it. Trust me, you will regret it, and it will become abundantly clear when you are 3 years in with nothing much to show for it. All right, that's going to wrap us up for today. I hope that you subscribe to the channel and come back because I do have some very interesting videos coming up. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.